Greetings and welcome back to yet another episode of Slay the Spire, and today we're going to be playing as the Defect, and you might notice that this date does not match with the date on your computer, and that's not because your date is wrong, it's because I'm actually recording this today, which is yesterday from your perspective, which is never going to not be fun to think about. I knew I was going to be busy on a Friday, so I recorded this on a Thursday, so basically that's that. With that said, let's proceed. We start with 50 random cards. Whenever we enter a new room, we lose 1 max HP, but we have 5 plated armor, which can be good or bad depending on just how good our deck is, but in this case, because it's random, it's probably going to be a little bit above average, but it's probably not going to be super strong. And whenever we add a card into our deck, we add 2 additional copies, and we can no longer remove cards at the merchant. Now this is really funny because we have 3 negative modifiers followed after a daily where we had 3 positives, so that's a nice juxtaposition just to see maybe where things go from here. And because I played the daily yesterday and this one is today, that actually means they were consequential. So with all of that said, let's embark on the journey and let's try to slay the Spire. What's my plan for this one? I'm not really sure with the Defect. I just do what feels right. I play rainbows. That makes sense to me. Let's hit elites. I need to be a little bit faster, I've learned yesterday. So there's one and there's the other one. I do like shops. I've actually grown an affinity for shops, so if there's a way for me to hit it, I'll try to. But I guess in a deck with 50 cards it doesn't really matter, right? So what we want to maybe maximize is rest sites, because that might be useful. I'll try to go in this direction. We get to hit the shop. Like if you get a Mind Blast or something, that seems really good to me. So I'll try to do that. A Zap seems to make sense. This makes sense. A Boot Sequence, gain 10 block. Sure. This is pretty good. Did that say I can draw it or exhaust it? Because it really depends what I'm gonna do here. I guess it doesn't matter. Perfect. Actually, this is really good. Am I really gonna Meteor Strike this guy? I guess. Does it hurt me? I don't know. That's a bit confusing. But yeah, the card that gives us a lot of energy for every 3 cards in our deck is solid. Should have played that first, obviously. You may discard any of them. Honestly, just get rid of this, and place it into your card. I know what this does now. This, and kill it. Good. I'm getting the hang of this. There are way too many cards with, on especially, do I want any of these cards? I don't think so. That's fine. Because we add 3 cards every time we add 1, so we have to keep that in mind. This is, no. I actually misclicked that. Right, we're off to a great start here. I'm being very confused. So what I'm trying to say here is essentially that there's so many freaking cards in this card good. I don't think so. Maybe Meteor Strike is just like 5 energy. When are we ever gonna have 5 energy, right? So let's just remove it. Can't even buy a Mind Blast if I wanted to now, so okay, that's great. Hello, nice to meet you. I should have probably gone for the fight. It's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, but especially with the Defect, there's so many cards that just do a lot of things, or not a lot of things, but when you just have to consider, you just have to read a bunch of text to get what the card does, and unless you've played a lot of the Defect, which I haven't, by the way, if that wasn't readily apparent, then it just becomes a little bit annoying to finagle, or at least not finagle. It's easy to play them, of course, it's just hard to maybe do the optimal play. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. A Boot Sequence is always nice to start with because it's a familiar card, so at least I know what that does. So I want to do damage to this guy. A Sunder is probably not going to be good enough, so something that deals as much damage as humanly possible. A Rainbow doesn't do as much damage as humanly possible, but I like a Rainbow because it's familiar and it does something, and I'm very happy about that. Give me a Seek, maybe a Claw. Sure, I can't think about it too much. I'm on borrowed time here. Will I block for enough? I will. Okay. So at this point I was just like, let's just do damage. I already am blocking for enough, so let's just try to kill him as fast as possible. This should be enough to kill him. That's right. Turned out pretty good. Scrape. I mean, this might actually not be that bad. And then, nah, I guess. Doesn't matter. With 50 cards in our deck, it doesn't really matter. Like, I guess you should just be adding new cards, which seem good, but up until this point, none of them seemed good, right? They seemed okay. It wasn't anything too special. That was a defensive turn. Maybe a compile driver there would have been a good option, just to deal some damage. That's fine. This just kills this guy, so that's nice. Genetic algorithm, whenever we can play it, we probably should. And this seems fine. He's only buffing, so he's not doing any damage, which is exactly what seems fine. I've always liked Thunder in his deck. I think that the Defect has a lot of aggregate, is probably always gonna be just good to have in our hand. A Smith? I mean, I guess. I guess. A Rainbow? No. Makes no sense. Multicast does have some potential for just destroying enemies outright, so maybe I'm leaning towards that. Thunder deals more damage, so let's take that, I suppose. I've been using it up until this point. It's proven useful, so let's just stick with what works. But what I wanted to say before is that the Defect has a lot of cards which seem to be just really kind of good when you consider everything. So that's, you know, that's nice. Maybe I should have popped the Strike Potion there. Maybe it's unlikely to matter, I'm not sure. So you can kind of build the Defect in a lot of ways, and I think it tells that this is actually the latest Auto Shields, probably first. 11 block is pretty great. Energy equal to its cost. So that didn't work out. And any energy I get here is not gonna help me, and I think there was a way to get more block. That's unfortunate. So yeah, he's the kind of guy to which can really build many different aggregates. Sure, why not? You can build many different decks on, and it just kind of works, you know. You can build a focus deck, you can build an orb deck, you can build a lightning deck, you can build a frost deck to some extent. I think I've seen all of those work. Whereas with the silent, I feel like you have, or maybe even the Ironclad, maybe the Ironclad is the prime example of this. You're much more limited with your options. Genetic algorithm. I mean, honestly, why not? It gives me block and it just gets better for the rest of the fight. Is that a good reasoning? Probably not. I mean, not the rest of the fight, the rest of the run. Is that good reasoning? Like I said, probably not, but it is a reasoning. And I'm sticking with it. 4 damage for each channel orb. So this means that this guy is just dead. Give me something that deals damage. Cold Snap. Deals damage, also gives me some defense, which is nice, I suppose. If I just enter him, he's dead. Right. Preserved Insect. Enemies have less HP, which seems fine. All for 1. Seems... Having 3 in our deck, I'm not too big of a fan of that, I suppose. If I want to fight another elite, I have to go in this path, so I'll just do that. Whetstone, 2 random attacks. Claw is not the worst card to upgrade, I think. It's a kind of card which just kind of works when you have it. One random orb, and of course this one. Yeah. Right, I'm getting the hang of it, and by getting the hang of it, I mean I'm not immediately dying yet. Give me a Thunder. Don't I have one that's upgraded? Maybe. All for 1, 10 damage. Wait. Ah, there it is. You can see it the first time. If there was a way to maybe order the cards that you can pick, that would be pretty nice. A Beam Cell seems pretty good, especially with something like a Thunder. But the thing is, we have so much energy because of the 3 cards we have, and but still, I like getting the vulnerable on enemies. I feel like that can help us a lot. Aggregate is great. This is great. FTL on this guy, the sneaky gremlin. Let's play the rainbow first, see where it lands, and then maybe we can decide. Yeah. I guess if there's a chance to kill this guy, I'm going for it. That was 1 in 4, so not the greatest odds. I'm not too upset it missed, but you know, it would be nice if it actually hit. Aggregate, should have done that, obviously. This is 12 damage, so this guy's just dead, and this guy's dead. This is nice. This guy's gonna do a lot of damage to us. 25, if I recall correctly, yeah. But I think there's a chance for us to either defend enough or do something else with him. Maybe an all for 1 does not seem like the worst idea here, because what we can do is this, and then an all for 1. He's dead, and we get all of these cards back and just kill this guy. Right, that turned out well. Incursion. Again, the cards we're getting just don't seem to be super good. Give me the gold. I need the gold for the points, and I don't really need to remove cards from my deck either way, so... There's that. I have literally 0 attacks in this hand. I'll do that because it's funny, but... Wait, what? Oh, because we dealt damage to him? Well, we didn't deal damage to him per se. What ended up happening is because of Preserved Insect, he thought he took damage, which is... okay, fine. I guess what the game does in the background, it only checks whatever his HP is at full, and if it isn't, that's when it happens. And it's a real shame I don't have any blocks now, where I've had a million of them before. I'll think I'll just apply a weak potion, because I'm gonna be taking quite a bit of damage throughout this fight, I assume. Oh, the shield, there it is. Aggregate, it's fine. So I guess the game just checks on the second turn if he is not alive, but that's under, sure. But if he's not at full HP, and then it proceeds. Oops, that was my mouse. And then it proceeds to wake him up if that's the case, which is makes sense, but not exactly what it says on the tin, right? I thought you'd actually have to attack him. Cass is a fun card, and every time we add the power, we're gonna upgrade it. So maybe we're gonna be looking to add more powers into our deck. Not be the worst idea. Hyper Beam, 26 damage. This is 39 damage. That's just a ridiculous. That's just a ridiculous number. Especially because we get to block for full as well. We can just kill him this turn probably. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Turbo. I mean, largely irrelevant. A leap. I don't know. Just none of these cards seem to work well with a large deck, I guess. Which is where my main problems are coming from. Sunder, I'm gonna take a Sunder. I'm gonna try to upgrade it, see what happens. This guy is not that big of a deal, all in all. I'm not too scared of him. A boot sequence, sure. A scrape, let's try to get something good. And an all for one, and I guess another beam cell, just to make him vulnerable for another turn. And now he's a ball curl, which is something. So the only way I can really survive this without taking damage is maybe get a stack. I can do this. I can now... Wait, this is gonna be 9 block. I think it's fine if I do all attacks. I just have to do it in the right order, right? If I do this now and attack him one more time, I'm gonna be at 7. I already have 5, okay, this seems fine. Because I have 5 plated armor, that's good, that's good. He's attacking for a little bit more now, but our stack is also getting better. Especially because we can essentially just... We can just do this, right? I like the auto shield. So now stack got even better, which is really nice. So I think I'm just gonna do this and play a stack. And that should be enough. Great, great. Turned out pretty well. Aggregate is fine. Auto shield is pretty good. 7 block and two of those is enough block. And we're doing a number on him. It's not the fastest deck in the world, but it is a deck. It's doing something. Genetic algorithm, I don't think there's no reason not to play it. A multicast doesn't do much for us. Are there any 0 cost cards in our deck? A beam cell? Sure. It doesn't do much, and maybe it phases, maybe that's fine. I'm not sure. A multicast on this thing would have been just excellent. Don't even get me wrong. Now, an all for one is an option. I'm gonna do it. Especially because I guess this does something. We have 9 block plus 5, so that means we can essentially go to 0, and that's gonna be completely fine. Which means we can do a number on him. We just can't hurt ourselves, I suppose. Yeah, that's fine. I couldn't do more there. Sunder is pretty good. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, it's just one of those things that where we can't do anything, right? Because we have 0 block. Alright, that's fine. More blocks, yay! Static discharge, sure. Fine. Largely irrelevant, but there was no way to get through that. This is unfortunate. Place it in your hand. A dual cast maybe? Doesn't do much for us, huh? Doesn't. Now that I think about it. One random orb, and I guess a consume seems fine. Oh! I thought it was actually gonna get used up, but I guess if you lose an orb slot, you just actually lose it, it doesn't get channeled. Which is a bit unfortunate, because I think that they could make something interesting work there. Yeah, he's dead. I think? No, what was that math? For what? I thought he had less HP, but he had 60 or something like that. Huh, okay. Is that enough to kill him? Wait, it is. It is. Just 1 damage over how much health he had. That's fine. A rainbow, I mean, I cannot pick a rainbow. But this is a power. That's stupid. No, I don't like this. I don't want 3 machine learnings. Or maybe I do. No, I don't. Rainbow. It's just such a nice card. Fine, I'm not gonna take it. Fine, you convinced me. Every 2 turns gain 1 orb slot. You have 2... I mean, honestly, yeah. Yeah, I don't really think the choices matter much, because we already have so many cards in our deck, so adding new cards to our deck just doesn't seem to be favorable, unless it's a Mind Blast. There's one there, and a shop here. Maybe we want to hit this one. I think we want to hit this one. More enemies to fight generally seems like a better idea to me. Flip it there. Sure. Discard this and discard this. The rest irrelevant. I'm not gonna play a boot sequence. No need to do so. Defragment is fine. This is fine. Multicast. How much damage will this do? That will be like 8. It's just not that good. I really do need maybe a relic which will give me max HP. That seems like it would be pretty good at this point. I mean, sure, it's free block, so I'm not gonna say no to that. A claw, a stack, probably a stack. This seems fine. Right, he frailed us. Oh my god, the freaking frail on this guy is the most annoying thing ever. You never see it coming, it just happens. He should be dead. There we go. Attack potion instead of... yeah, maybe. I mean, honestly, just... Yeah, that seems fine. 2 focus seems great. Especially because it's a power, it's pre-upgraded. We probably want to add upgraded cards to our deck, because that is going to increase the power level of our overall deck. For what it's worth. This seems fine. Did it work out in the way I wanted it to work out? No. But it did something, and I'm happy it did something. A chill? Wait, outer shields first and then a chill. I don't think it really matters, but it's there. The ordering is important. For some reason I thought I had 2 energy, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Maybe a defrag. Gain some more block, gain some more damage on our orbs. That seems fine. Orbs are so good, man. I love orbs. It's 26 damage. Yeah, perfect. It's great. A seek. A claw. This is a lot of damage for basically not doing anything. He might even be dead this turn. No, because I lost focus, of course. Using Hyper Beam makes you lose focus. Who would have thought? It says so right in the card, and yet I missed it. I didn't miss it, I just didn't account for it, I suppose. So let me see what you got. 1 extra dexterity, war paint. Upgrade 2 random skills. I mean, this seems fine. With 2 strength, also fine. But a master strategy just seems like a sick card here. Let's just take that. Because we got 3 of them, and like I said yesterday, every time you have it, seems... No, I just bought it. I'm not gonna trade it for you, damn it. Lose attack potion. Honestly, yeah. This seems like a really good deal. A mummified hand whenever you play a power. Oh, so we're getting some power synergies. We want more powers in our deck. Not that we really have a choice, but increases damage. Just give me more gold. I want the friggin' points. I'm gonna pop this here, and I'm probably gonna pop a strength potion as well. Yeah, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm a maniac. Defrag and a compile driver. Stack seems okay. I already have enough health. That's fine. So yeah, we want powers. We want to add powers to our deck. Not that I really have a choice in where I obtain them, since I sadly do not really, like I said. Wait a second. A Seek is fine. I like myself a Rainbow. I should have probably gone for something that gives us block. That would make a lot more sense. Why is he dealing 27 damage on the second thing? I know why. Because that's his attack, so don't sass me, boys, but I'm just like, okay. I love these aggregates, they just give me so much. I mean, it's a deck, I see how it can work. I do think we need more powers though. It seems like having more powers would just be sick. Or zero cost cards, I suppose. Either something that works with zero cost cards or something that works with powers. I'm gonna add both of these to our deck. This does nothing of the two, of the aforementioned things. So that's a pass for me. Should we just rest? Honestly, probably we should just rest. We don't actually heal for that much anymore because the amount you heal is tied to your max HP. Honestly, I'm gonna give you something really good. You're just gonna be like, what the hell? Electrodynamics, just a golden card, give me gold. Max HP plus 10. That's really good in a run like this, where we lose max HP every time we enter a new room. I'm gonna give you all the gold cards if you want. Just say so, man. Oh, wait, do I have any block? That would be nice to see, wouldn't it? Right, I don't have any block. I mean, I didn't have it. Right, I picked it because I thought I could play it. I could play all the shields first, but it seemed like I didn't have any block, right? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just played the card which gave me block and I just, again, didn't notice. It's not the first time that would happen. That's fine. You have to remember that every time we lose max HP, we're essentially healing. That might seem very silly to say out loud, but it's true because our max HP gets reduced, not our current HP. Right? Our current HP stays exactly the same as it is. All for one, he should be dead, right? Yeah. And a scrape. I wasn't sure what the ordering there was, but I knew he was dead. None of that's not good. Not buying it. Remove a card. No, I need my gold money. I need my money gold. This guy, huh? So how are we gonna do it now? A Book of Stabbing. This seems fine. A Seek. So what do we want? Something that deals a lot of damage, probably a Sunder. A Cold Snap and a Sunder. This is enough block. I had to convince myself I did the calculation correct. 12, yeah. Give me something that gives me block. This is some block. It's not a lot of block. And I just kill him. So excuse me for that minor interruption. You'll probably just see it as a cut. But yeah, that was an unfortunate situation. What just happened? It's fine. If I only played some damaging attack, that would have been it. But no, of course I had to go and screw that all up. Sure, probably play that in a different order. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now this is one way to ruin my day. I mean, come on, Snecko, please. I need powers or maybe even something that gives me block, man. I don't have many block cards. I mean, the ones that I have are just kind of premier tier. They're just really good. But most others are just not working out, man. This is free. Auto shield seems fine to me. I mean, I guess. Somehow I actually got enough block this turn to not take any damage, which is ridiculous. He's dead. Perfect. Defect, sure. It's a power, it just makes me stronger. It gives us some inadvertent block, like if we have any frost orbs, so maybe that's good. Right, it's very good with Mummified Hand just to have one energy powers that makes other things go free essentially. Auto shields first. Heat sinks. Was a very poor turn in all regards. Just nothing happened. And they're just only gonna get stronger. It's only gonna get scarier. Your next power is played twice. That would be good if I had any powers. Master strategy seems sick. A zap. 2 focus. 1 or none. 4 damage for each channeled orb seems pretty good. I mean, I guess I'm gonna do that. There's no real reason not to. I should probably do some damage at some point, but that's fine. Give me all of this, the rest seem irrelevant. If I play this, I'm gonna gain 4 damage but lose 7, so I'm gonna be down 3 damage, so this seems fine. Yikes, man. This guy's gonna kill me. Probably not, but it's not looking too good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Channel 1 random orb, sure. A glacier seems fine as well. There's a chance for this to kill him. Perfect. I'm such a great player of this game. That was not intentional at all. I mean, that was intentional, absolutely intentional. That was my plan from the start. I knew that lightning bolt was gonna strike him right where it hurts. Again, I'm gonna heal. Upgrading just in general doesn't seem to be that good of an idea in a deck with 55 cards, 63 cards at this point actually. So let's just do what we know how to do best, I guess. Why am I even doing this? I'm not sure. It just seems fun to have 19 energy, I guess. It is what it is. Amplify defrag seems sick though. A cold snap. Draw me some cards. Go for the eyes. Multicast. Doesn't seem that useful. I don't want to deal 12 damage when I can deal 7 damage now and 7 damage next turn. It just objectively more block. Should have probably played that first, but again, I have so much energy, it doesn't matter. With 8 focus, this is looking like there's some sick strategy here. Channel 1 frost for each enemy in combat. This is fine. An FTL. Maybe I'm gonna even play this and just have 36 passive block for him, which seems really good. I can just do damage to him with cards like Sunder. Right, makes sense. I like this too. The rest can go to hell. There we go. It's gonna be a long fight, but honestly, we'll do whatever we have to succeed in this. A Seek, sure. Give me a Claw, a Beam Cell, and a Claw, and just do this. We have 41 passive block with plated armor. Just ridiculous. I wanna play a Hyper Beam. Just, it seems like it'll ruin everything we got going for ourselves. More defrags, honestly, yes. I love me. No. A Zap is. I want to play Seek. Let me play the Seek. For some reason, thought I could play this, but that's fine. 11, 33. No, I'm gonna leave it like this. 47 passive block every turn just seems like it's gonna warrant a perfect. And this is the gain to focus. No. This is not gonna be good. It's a power, so that's free. So if I play an all for one, I just get a ton of cards in my hand, which is excellent. I can just weaken him, I can make him vulnerable. I guess. That's fine. So this is all going well. Have a free shot, you do not realize I'm gonna do 3 damage to you. And not any more. Not any less. Another all for one. I mean, I guess we just reshuffled, so it doesn't really matter. So let's just deal the most damage we possibly can to him. I feel like he's gonna get so much plated armor at a certain point, we're just not gonna do any damage to him. And then things are gonna get bad. It's fine, we have 50 passive block at this point. There's nothing to worry about. A cold snap is fine. This is even finer, whatever finer means. A streamline. Right, I thought I could play it. Apparently I can't. How am I getting so much block? This deck is actually more ridiculous than I initially thought. Cold snap. 10 passive friggin' block per turn. He's just never gonna die. Is that it? Is this how this run ends? We both end up hitting each other until the end of times and nobody dies? Now if only I wasn't feral, you nincompoop. 66 damage, huh? I'm almost blocking. The turn I need blocks, I don't get any of them. Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. Now tell me this isn't bad luck. If I channel this, I get 18 blocks. That's just not gonna be enough, is it? Wow, I mean, honestly, game. Go screw yourself. 16. Yeah, and at this point I can't. I mean, if I do this, a defrag and a multicast, a defrag is gonna give me no. So this is gonna be, wait, 21 times 4 damage. That's a lot of damage, but it's not enough to kill him actually. And I have 0 blocks. Okay, so I don't think there's any way I survive this or kill him in this turn, just because he got through some of my block. So that's unfortunate. The champ takes another victim. Is that it? This is useless. Repentir is kind of useless as well. There's just no way for me to get around this. I've gone from 50 block a turn to 0. Well, 4 actually, but that's not enough to actually sustain it. I die by 1 health. That to me is ridiculous. I mean, I'm gonna do this just because it's gonna feel cathartic, but I can't do anything else beyond that. Well, that's just unfortunate, isn't it? Wow, what a game. Could have we done something differently there? Yeah, I think so. Now, if only I hadn't taken damage on one of the previous fights, like I would have survived with 1 HP and maybe we could stabilize from next turn, especially because we had 2 of these speed potions, but we were fine for the majority of the fight. Then he did 6 damage and we got no block on that particular turn, which, you know, could have been very helpful. We just needed 1 card that would give us some block and that would have been fine, but we couldn't even get that, so I don't know. We did what we could though. We got to the end. I mean, we're never really gonna get to the realms of 260,000 points. I think that's a little bit out of reach for me for now, but you know, maybe 2,000 points, that's something that can be achieved. I'm not sure. Need people actually get these crazy high scores? Is a score of 2,000 even possible in a game like this? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. That seems incredibly high. Now, I guess you get a lot of points for having duplicates in your deck because you have 50 cards, and if you just add new cards to your deck, you would get a lot of points at the end, but I'm not sure how you can perfect this. Maybe I wasn't aggressive enough with picking new cards. If I maybe picked up more blocks at the start, that could have worked out a little bit better. But it is what it is. But it could come to the end, at least, well, at least to the end of the second floor, which is one of the ends. Maybe not the ultimate end we wanted to get to, but it is one of the ends, and maybe that counts for something. I do wonder what I could have done exactly differently. I'm gonna review the footage, but until then, I hope that you enjoyed this one, guys, and I hope to see you next time.